All right, hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another great edition of Racers News Network live. And of course, Pete's probably going to ask me again, how do we know it's going to be your great edition? See, another great show because, well, we're here. Remember what I said the last time?
I
How do you
don't.
know it's going to be a great show? Because we showed up.
I'll go along with that.
You'll go along with that. All right, so as everybody knows, my partner in crime, my co-host, and the man that tries to keep me calm but ends up getting stressed out himself. Pete Senk is finally here tonight. Been a busy man, got a lot of stuff going on. We have our guest down. I don't know where he is on your screen, Pete, but he is down. He is like he's the. All right, there we go. He's like the bottom of the Tetris piece there. Of course, I'm talking about Lorenzo Martin. We're going to talk to him in just a minute. A lot of great stuff to talk about tonight. We're going to talk some bracket racing, and then later on we got PDRA results, we got NHRA results, and who knows, we may even be able to dive into the whole starter WWE match that went on a little bit. We'll see how that goes. But for now, Pete's going to take it over and speak with our guest.
Hey, Lorenzo, how are you?
I'm doing fine. How about you, sir?
Very good. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate you taking the time out of your day to join us on the show.
No problem. No problem.
So, bracket racing. It's it's always been big, but it seems like in the last 5 years, it's kind of rejuvenated itself. A lot of it, in my opinion, has to do with big money races. Where do you stand on that? What is your deal? How do you promote? Give us a little insight as to what it is you do.
All right. Well, of course, everybody know me as Lorenzo Martin. I have a Facebook page called North Carolina Bracket Racing. So pretty much media and everything I does. So I give out, information on what's going on in the Carolinas of bracket racing for big money races or weekly bracket points races, stuff like that. That way keep people informed of what's going on in the bracket world.
Excellent. That's pretty much what we do with the local .90 stuff for bracket racing around here too. We encourage anyone who wants to list points or race winners or anything like that to reach out to us so we can mention them on the show. Unfortunately, not nearly as many people take us up on that as we would like. But obviously, we would like to extend that invitation to you. Any racers that you want mentioned, any winning interviews, anything like that. We'd be happy to have you or guests on. If it has something to do with going down a racetrack, we want to report it. So feel free to join us anytime you want.
Okay, cool. Appreciate that.
So what's big? What's coming up? Has your season started down there yet?
Yeah, well, down in the Carolinas, well, of course, when January, that's when stuff gets started. Kind of pretty much like the pre big bracket events. Because now it's April, so everybody's just getting ready to get started with the point system and all these tracks.
Right.
And we had a few big bracket events. We had about a month or two ago, at a place called Galat Motorsports Park, like the Triple Nickel race is a big top event. Loose Rocker race they had week after that. Then we had an event coming up this weekend in Roxborough Dragway, which is a track I also work at. The 63rd or 64th Easter Bash. And it's one of the biggest bracket events of the year up there in Roxborough. But according to the rain is going to get us this week, so they postponed it to the following week.
Okay. Now, Loose Rucker, isn't that our buddy Michael Beard? Doesn't he have something to do with that? No?
I don't think he does.
What does he do?
I see him on the Loose Rocker thing a lot. I mean, because I think he does the promoting. I think there's more than one person does it, but I see him a lot when he posts stuff and everything.
I'm fairly positive he does the flyer for it.
Yeah,
he does. He does the staging light stuff.
Right.
He had put up a month, 2 months ago that he is not associated with Loose Rocker anymore.
Gotcha. So what's your next big race coming up? The one that just got postponed?
Hopefully we'll return back to Roxborough next week for the Easter Bash. And I work there, through the months and everything. But while I'm off weeks, I go to, bracket events because I'm a bracket racer too. I got drag cars too.
Oh, very
So
cool.
yeah, so I've been around the drag scene probably, good Lord, a long time. Probably since I was it probably first, second grade, probably around about 92 and 93. So I've been around for a
Longer
while.
than you care to admit, right?
Yeah, yeah, because I pretty much keep up with like I said, the bracket events, mostly the local tracks, and I do also keep up with the way out of town tracks, like like a couple hours out, especially when people want to find out about them.
See, that's the beauty of being in North Carolina. Our closest track is a couple hours out.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. It's my home track is about 2 hours and 15 minutes away.
Yeah, that's a little ways.
And we probably average racing, I'd say anywhere between 3 and 4 hours would be our average for
Okay.
where we go for Division One, where I'm located anyway. I mean, obviously some people are closer, but yeah, it's 2 hours to go racing is a treat for us.
I got you. I got you.
Yep.
Around this way here, where I live in Robinsonville, North Carolina. I'm probably live around 5 or 6 other tracks, probably in an hour radius,
No,
and pretty much that's good. From hour to the closest track to me, which is no longer over, is Brewers in Sharksburg, North Carolina, which is like an hour drive. So pretty much, you can go anywhere you want around here. For, 5 tracks in an hour radius.
and what you guys pretty much race all year round, or do you calm down for a little bit in the middle of the winter?
Hey, we normally do, but North Carolina the weather's so funny here. If it's hot, they're gonna open.
They're gonna open. Wow, that's
So
pretty cool.
we might shut down for about a month, and then January coming, somebody put up a big bracket event, do something because when it gets cold, once you get through with Christmas and Thanksgiving, you get bored. You want to find somewhere to go or do something.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no doubt. And then when do the usual track points start?
Actually, right about now, probably this month.
Oh, okay. So you could get a good couple of months of testing and working everything out before you got to get into the points.
Yeah. Pretty much,
That's a big difference around here too, because we usually get like maybe 1 or 2 weeks,
Wow.
and then that's it. They go right into points. Yeah, because our obviously our season is so much shorter.
Okay.
Yeah, we only like our local track, Lebanon Valley. I think they do like 2 weekends, maybe 3 tops, and then points start.
Okay.
I'd have to look on the schedule to confirm that, but it's pretty close. I'm within a week, one way or the other, without a doubt.
Okay.
Yeah, up here, it depends a lot on the weather. Like Pete said, we're up in this. Well, I am more so than he is. I'm up in the snow belt, and I'm pretty much a straight shot 3 hours that way to Lebanon Valley, New York, and they pretty much get the same weather we get here.
Okay.
And it's snow depending. These guys get probably between 5 and 6 months worth of racing.
Yeah.
And up here.
Okay.
So our Lebanon Valley is actually scheduled to open a week from this Saturday.
Yeah.
So that's going to be, no cars have gone down the track yet until not this coming weekend, the weekend after. Whereas you guys already have a good 3-month jump on us. I got to move down south.
Yeah, come on down here. It's plenty to do.
So what would you consider your biggest race of the year? What would your Super Bowl be?
Down here in Carolina? It's so many.
There's a lot, right?
Yeah, I mean, probably one we going to next week, Easter Bash. That's about the biggest you can get.
Oh, okay.
Especially for some, over 60 plus years, because that's got a good record attendance of cars and spectators and stuff.
And what kind of money are you racing for at that race?
Most of the time, like top top eliminator foot breaker, what you call Mighty T, we got down here. Purse is probably around like $3,000 per class, and stuff like that. So we pretty much have good purses down here. You know, most time $3,000 or $5,000 purse. So when you start getting those kind of purses, you're gonna expect a lot of big cars show up and everything.
Right. And what is the biggest race as far as money goes? You have like a weekend where you do like you said, triple nickels or something like that?
It depends. I mean, us, you know, at Roxbury might have a 3K or 5K once, you know, every now and then. Other tracks you might have 5, 10K, unless you know it's a big venue coming in town. Kind of like PDRA just came in from Galot this past weekend.
Right. And you said that you race yourself?
Yes, I do.
What kind of car do you have?
Well, I have cars. So I got a whole gag of them. I got a few I got S10 truck. I got two S10. I got a red S10. Called Red Baron. It's a 92, 93 S10 truck. 95, I'm sorry. They're a little nervous out here. But I run foot brake. Been running for some years. It was on the budget project. I just want to slap something together, just have fun with the guys.
Sure.
And then a couple years later, then I upgraded, went from a stock 305 running 10s and 9s, then went to a full 6 small block, you know, start running in the 7s. So it was a big little jump.
Yeah. Listen, the first time I went down the track in my car, it was a mid 13s in the quarter mile. So
Okay.
yeah, you progress as the time goes, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Excellent. So what's your next race? What's your racing schedule look like?
Far as me racing, my stuff's still down. Hopefully I can get ready by sometime middle of this month. Maybe try to catch some of the local races, like one of these points events, or either just a regular, normal local bracket race. Because we have so many around here in the week. Sometimes we might have 2 or 3 shows going on in one weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you can pick and choose where you want to go.
Do any of the tracks around you, do they race during the week, or is it just the weekends?
Well, this year I don't know how they're gonna do it. Last year we kind of did during the week, Tuesday night bracket racing, or it might do a Thursday night brawl or Friday night, you know, gamblers. Last year I did a few Tuesday night racing at a local track, Coastal Plains Raceway Park, and they had like the summer drags. It was some summertime, somebody thought together to see what they're gonna turn out, you know, on a Tuesday night. And when they first did it, man, they had a bunch of cars on Tuesday night, probably about 80, 90, probably 100 cars on Tuesday night.
That's out of Tuesday night. That's a hell of a turnout.
Yeah. And you know, get there about 6, you know, get 1-2 time runs in, race, and probably get it over at about 11 o'clock, and you're going home.
No, you could almost go to work the next day.
Yeah, but it's a struggle going to work the next day.
Yeah, no doubt. So who helps you out with your program?
Mostly just me. It's just all me. My dad was in helping me, but he's on retire. You know, he don't do much like that anymore. So it just pretty much I'm a one-man gang.
There you go. Good for you. Well, listen, anything, like I said, anything you want to promote, any races that you want to advertise.
Okay.
We have a pretty big following as far as people and where they're located around the country. So use our page like it's your own. Anything that you want to show off, don't hesitate to post. And like I said, if you come across any winners or interviews that you'd like to do, we'd be happy to have you back on the show.
Okay, I appreciate it. And like I said, just to everybody, you know, they want, you know, check out North Carolina Bracket Racing, just hit me up on Facebook. And hopefully trying to get me a YouTube channel straight, trying when I got time. And I got some merch I'm trying to work on. So y'all guys send me y'all address, might send y'all some stuff out there. Just for support.
Dynamite. And do us a favor, if you can, go onto our page and give us a link for your page so that anyone who comes to our page can check it out.
Okay, I will do that.
Dynamite.
Lorenzo, before you take off, there's been some talk in the Facebook universe or in the internet in general that people are trying to get a big race for the bracket guys, the sportsman guys at in Charlotte. Have you heard anything about that?
You talking about Z-Max way?
Yeah,
Uh,
G-Max.
I know they got the big NHRA race coming up soon. But for it's like bracket, I've on a regular schedule, I haven't heard anything. I keep an eye on it, but I haven't seen anything new yet.
All right, cool. Favorite track that you haven't been to that you want to go to? What is it and where is it?
Favorite track. Well, a track I never been to, that's Z-Max.
Yeah.
My favorite track, Roxborough Dragway.
Foxborough.
But I got multiple tracks I love to go to. I like going to like Roxborough, Kempston Drag Strip, old track back here from been here for years. It's a bunch of tracks. I like them all pretty much. I like to hit them all before I stop doing this.
How far away are you from Z-Max?
Probably about 3.5, about 4 hours. So
Excellent.
I'm on the eastern side of North Carolina.
Yep.
He's over where I want to move to. I want to move to like the New Bern, Jackson area.
Okay. That's a nice area. It's a few tracks over there. Coastal Plains Raceway Park is over there, and a track that used to be open was New Bern Motorsports Park. That was a nice nostalgic track. They don't open no more. So closest place you're gonna be is Coastal Plains and Kempston. Probably like a good 40-minute drive from both places.
Right. What is the one car that you have, or race car that you have never driven, but if somebody threw you the keys, you would jump right in and go? The proverbial keys.
Well,
Anything.
Anything.
well, I had to get in a '69 Camaro. I will say, like I say, Pro Mod, but I think I'll jump in a top car just to have fun with it, especially a '69 Camaro.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, that makes me happy because he's a Chevy guy. So
Yeah, I'm diehard Chevy.
that's his hot rod behind him.
I'm not nearly as brand loyal as I used to be.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, if it's a cool car, I'd like to drive it. I don't care if it's got an oval or a bow tie or whatever. If it's cool, if it goes fast, dragster, I don't care. I'll get in it.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I would love to try a dragster one time just to feel the excitement of it. Everybody say once you go to a rail, you don't want to go back to a car.
Actually, I did. I had my car behind me. I sold it. I had a dragster. I drove it for a couple of years, and then I wound up buying the car back.
Okay.
It's dragsters are cool. It's hard to make them unique.
Yeah.
And the speed, and it could just be the speed that I was going, but I like the feeling of going fast, and running 8s in my Vega feel faster to me than running 7s in the dragster. So it's, I just like it. I get in my car every spring and I go for a lap, and it's like, whew, okay, it feels fast still. So
Oh, and a buddy of ours is out in Vegas this week racing at the Million in a drag.
saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw
So,
that.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going blank on Jason's last name.
Jason Lawrence?
Lawrence, there we go. Yeah, but he's a mutual friend of ours, and he's out there racing at the Million in somebody's dragster this week. So I think that's his first time in a dragster as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but if it's Jason, he'll take to it like a fish to water. So
yeah,
he'll do fine.
So how about promotion stuff? Have you really gotten into that at all, or thinking about getting into it?
Promotion. I had thought about it. I mean, which I does promotion already. At the track I work at. Before it's like doing other random things. It's been thought of.
Right. Well, cool. Awesome.
So,
Awesome.
Because
So like I said, like Pete said, put a link on our page. I'll make sure it gets posted up to your page, and we'll work together on getting the word out.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Very cool. Lorenzo, thank you for coming on and hanging out with us. Appreciate your time, buddy.
No problem. Good to be on the show, and good luck to y'all guys.
All right,
Excellent.
man.
Thanks for
Have
your
a
time,
great night.
Lorenzo. Have a good one.
All right, you too now.
All right. Take care.
All right.
All right. Lorenzo Martin, our guest tonight, North Carolina Bracket Racing. Check it out on Facebook. Dun, dun, dun. All right, Pete. So what are we going to talk about? Are we going to talk about the WWE or are we going to do results?
So I'm going to tell you what I know,
Okay.
which unfortunately isn't a lot. From what I saw, I mean, it's honestly, I haven't been paying attention. The starter grabbed someone that was trying to get into the passenger side of a car, and he basically ripped him away from the car and threw him down to the ground. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, I mean, going by that short, I don't know, 10 or 15-second video that I stumbled across.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell is going on. Charlie and Eddie brought up a good point. Maybe they forgot to turn the air bottle on, something, or the door wasn't secured, whatever.
Right.
The only thing that I will say, excuse me, is that, okay, grabbing a hold and pulling the person away from the car is one thing.
Right.
But what looked like to me, again, from the video angle, it looked like he literally had a hold of him and pushed him.
Yeah, I mean,
Gave
he
him
looked
a
like,
pile drive into the pavement.
from the little bit that I saw, it looked like it was a pretty forceful thing.
Yeah.
Did the guy have a helmet on?
The crew person?
Yeah.
I don't believe so. I think he had a hat on.
Oh, okay. Maybe
I mean, maybe I'd have to look at it again. And
yeah, I don't. I'm so confused with the whole thing, which is probably part of the reason why I didn't pay much attention to it. But yeah, I mean, listen, no matter what happens, like you said, you're not supposed to be throwing someone on the ground. What event was this? Was it a big event?
it was Pomona.
Oh, it was the national event that happened at. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be very easy to figure out if that starter is on the line at the next race.
Which
If he's
is next
not,
weekend.
then clearly they did something wrong. But
Yeah.
that was at Pomona, huh? Good Lord.
Yeah.
I told you I haven't paid attention to it much.
Yeah, it was I mean, not that it matters. It was a pro stock truck racing in comp. I don't know whose it was. I don't really
Gotcha.
know other than like Jimmy DeFrank. I don't know many of
Yeah,
the West guys.
I heard someone say, and it was probably a gag on 00 Shit Show or something, God only knows, but I heard that it was someone trying to get into the passenger seat to take a lap. Obviously, if it was comp eliminator at a national event, that's clearly not true. But yeah, I mean, like Charlie might have mentioned, you see a door that's not closed all the way, you forget to turn an air bottle on, you're setting a data recorder. Who the hell knows?
Right. Right.
What the car was pre-staged, if I'm
It looked like, again, have to go back and watch the video again and actually pay attention to the lights for the other car.
right.
But a lot of people have said that the car in the other lane was staged. The car that this whole incident is tied to
Yeah.
wasn't staged. I don't know for sure. Again, I'd have to go back and look at the video and actually pay attention to that part of it, because there's like I said, in that 10 or 15-second video, there's so many moving parts to it.
There's so
That's
much,
like-
oh my God, going on in one short
Yeah,
clip.
so all right, well, I'm gonna go sit at the kitchen table and take a piece of paper and make a list of everything
you're
that I
right.
should look at. Okay, I'm watching it this time. Yeah, okay, I saw that. Okay,
Yeah.
I saw that. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
So-
like we said, it'll be easy to know who they find at fault with the whole ordeal, because I'm sure if the starter really did something wrong, his starting career probably came to an end in Pomona. So
A screeching halt as
Yeah,
when the
yeah,
day
we'll
was all finished. You know what I mean? A lot of people brought up the point, excuse me, and I talked to Jagger Names about it. Okay, what if this older gentleman is, because some people say he's like 70, 80 years old, the crew person,
The crew person, yep.
all right, cool. He got thrown to the ground, whatever. What if he smacked his head on the pavement?
Exactly.
You're opening up Pandora's box.
Yeah, I mean, that's,
then
to me,
Right.
that's something that NHRA will probably have zero tolerance for, if I had to guess.
right. Yeah, okay. The other part of it, what if the car launches and the guy's half in and half out?
Right. Right.
Either
And
way,
like you said,
screwed.
protecting somebody from making a stupid mistake and launching them on the ground are two totally different things. So,
Right.
You grab him by the back of his shirt and you pull him back so that he doesn't get tangled up in the car if, God forbid, the car takes off.
Right.
That's all fine and nice. But to me, it looked like the guy pretty much wrapped his arms around him and threw him to the ground.
Yeah.
Now, again, like you said, I probably saw the clip twice, and I don't know that it was giving it my 100% attention while I was watching it, but that's what it looked like to me. So I guess we'll see what the next national event brings.
I guess we'll just see. We'll see. Old saying goes.
Yeah, well,
So, neck braces mandatory for cars going over. I want to make sure I got the speed right. I want to say it's 150, but I'm going to make sure.
150 or 750.
Hold on. I just want to make sure I got it right.
Now, did you just say the next race?
No,
Next
it's going to
year.
be mandatory, effective like January 24th or something.
Right.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 150 miles an hour, and it's either 799 or 750 for ET, which the two don't even remotely line up. But I think
beginning January 1st, 2024, head and neck restraint for all cars over 150 miles an hour or faster, or 749 or quicker.
750, right?
Yep.
Yeah, which the 750 and the 150 don't even come close to lining up. But with all the throttle stop chaos going on, they just had to pick a mile an hour, and that's the one that they picked.
Right. And then the funny part was, a couple days later, they made an amendment to the amendment. Clarification that neck collar, head sock, or skirted helmet must be used with a head and neck restraint beginning 1/1/24.
So I don't know what the official rule was before that, but I was always under the understanding that, like, I have to wear a neck collar without a head and neck restraint. So a helmet, neck collar. I was told that if you wear a restraint, that you could do head sock or the skirt around the helmet.
The helmet skirt, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know that really changed. I just think that because it's going to affect so many more people now, they just wanted to make a clarification. So.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it was interesting. Like I said, it was a couple days later. I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with a Hans or head and neck restraint system. I got the chance to talk to the people from Maru,
right,
and learned a lot about that. And obviously they're not cheap, but like we've talked about in the past, how much is your head worth?
There's so many sides to this, and I understand everyone's complaint. I mean, I think it's crazy not to have one. And what's even crazier is I've had one in my trailer for 2 years and I never wore it. And even with that being said, I'm still an advocate for having them. You know, there's also people that have been racing for 100 years that never wore one and don't want to. They're uncomfortable. I mean, imagine I don't put 300 or 400 laps a year on my car, but there are plenty of people out there that do. So imagine someone that's putting even 250 or 300 laps a year in their car every year for the last however many years. And now all of a sudden they have to wear this contraption that limits their head movement and how they can judge the finish line going down the track and, you know, whatever. I could definitely see both sides of it, but you know, if my car only goes 148, I'm still gonna wear it. So
Yeah. Clarification on this subject from Rob Keister. If you have a head and neck, you can wear a sock or a skirt. He says he got the skirt put on his new helmet, and it's the best way to go.
which I honestly I've been thinking about that, and I don't know what's entailed to putting a skirt on the helmet, but I'm gonna probably hook up with Jeff Kondratic and see what the deal is because I hate neck collars, even though I've always used them. So if I could just put a skirt around my helmet and put my head and neck restraint on, I'm gonna go with the easiest way for me. So
Right. Another clarification, backing up a little bit to the whole wrestling match. He was pre-staged and the other car was also pre-staged. Guy walks up, looks like he forgot to hit the latch on the door. The starter comes over, pushes him away, and does the latch himself. Then the guy goes behind him, opens the door, and that's when the starter turned around and pushed him and he fell.
see, so the video that I saw didn't show the first half of that. So yeah, it's like, you know, like anything else, there's always three sides of the story, right?
On a good day.
I still don't think that the starter is going to get away with tossing the guy to the ground. What he probably should have done was just throw the red light in the lane of the competitor that the crew guy was touching his car.
So that brings up another point of this
Yep.
whole thing. Some people are saying the starter doesn't have control over that. Some people are saying the tower only has control over that.
That's possible, but the guy on the starting line can radio up to the tower and say, "Throw the red light."
Click it.
Yeah, I mean, it's listen. At the end of the day, you're not allowed to throw anybody around. That's just the way it is. Like you said, if someone's in the danger of getting hurt and you could grab them by the collar and pull them back, that's one thing. But you are not allowed to throw someone to the ground. And
Right.
you're also responsible for your crew members. So if I sign up for a national event, I have to put my crew members that are going to have special access to the starting line. Okay? I have to have my competition number on my golf cart. All right? So if my son gets on a golf cart after hours or during a race and does something stupid and it gets reported, I get tossed. All right. If someone's doing something on the starting line that they shouldn't be doing, I don't know what the rules are in the rule book, but I would have to assume that when you're pre-staged or staged, no one's allowed to touch the car. That's just an assumption on my part. But at the end of the day, if your crew member is doing something they're not supposed to do, you're going to get tossed.
Somebody had
That's
also
probably
brought
what should
up an interesting rule that used to be there, I guess. That's kind of how I read it. The blue line, that crew members used to not be able to go beyond the blue line.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean that's definitely gone away. I mean, now you have people that are getting help staging a 12-second car. You know, back up, do this, do that. You're this far away from the beam. What I mean, all the craziness. But yeah, I mean, I would imagine that there is a rule written somewhere that after a certain point you are not allowed to touch the car. I would assume that when it's pre-staged, it's all hands off. But again, that's just an assumption on my part. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, if your crew member is doing something that is frowned upon, I would think that it should be up to NHRA to flip the red bulb on him and he's done.
Going back to the helmet skirt, we're getting updates as we go here.
That's okay.
Rob again said, Jeff will install it. He takes the helmet apart and will glue the skirt onto it for you.
Have to reach out to him.
I did something similar. I bought one online because Elijah likes to ride his moped up to like right before it snows.
Yeah.
And I bought essentially what amounts to the same deal as what you guys are talking about. But I Velcroed it just because obviously he doesn't need it for fire retardant
Sure.
purposes. But he did the same thing because he's got a full face helmet. And
Yeah.
we put Velcro on it, and then Tanya sewed Velcro onto the collar, onto the skirt,
Right.
and just attached it that way. So it's the same but different.
Right. Same principle.
Right, same principle, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Very cool. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'll like I said, I've had it for 2 years. I actually, as stupid as this sounds, last Saturday at my shop, I put it on and walked around the shop with it on for about an hour. Just to try and not with my helmet on, but just it's a hybrid. So I put my arms through it and it latches in the front.
Yeah.
It's almost like wearing a backpack with something hard on your shoulders.
Yeah.
And I just, kind of just trying to get a feel for it and see. And then, the next step is going to be obviously hooking it up to a helmet and trying that out and seeing, just getting used to it. But
now I assume your helmet's already set up with the clasp.
so if I am not mistaken, anything 2015 or newer, SFI made it mandatory that they have the lugs in the helmet.
Oh, okay.
So yes, I've got the lugs for it. I just got to screw them in and I'll be able to clip right to it.
Cool. All right. So you ready?
I am. I have no results, but yes, I'm ready. I'll just, as you announce them, I'll just cheer and interject whenever.
Check your email.
Oh, you got email?
Yeah, I did. I thought I messaged you and told you to check your email. I may be wrong. Who knows?
You did not message me and you did not send me an email. Negative, Ghost Rider.
Negative goes right to the pattern as well. All right, well, give me a sec. I will.
Just start talking and I'll comment.
Okay. Bear with me for just 1 second. It's gonna get the national event results.
It's so bad that I'm going to be finding out who won the national event right now.
Wait.
And I can't even yell at you for giving away the results because it's already been like.
No,
48 hours.
hey, I have gotten much better. Have you noticed?
You have.
I
I
put
like
the.
to scroll down. Don't scroll down. No, you're good. You're good.
If you don't want to know, don't scroll down. If you do, you got no way to blame but yourself.
That's right.
All right. So there's that. All right, well, we're gonna now that we've talked about NHRA, we're gonna start with PDRA just because, well, it's what we do.
Sure.
All right, first event for PDRA, Pro Nitrous. Tell me if you've heard the winner of this event before. You care to take a wild guess who won Pro Nitrous, Mr. Sanka, sir? Owns a racetrack.
Owns the racetrack?
Owns a racetrack.
Oh, it's got to be Mr. Cecil County, right, Jim?
Jim Halsey over Tommy Franklin. The guy's like unstoppable.
He's good.
Good.
You would think like he owns a track and could practice a lot or something.
I know. I think he did pretty good down in Florida for the big Pro Mod event too.
Yep.
Pro Boost, Melanie Salimi over Johnny Camp. Extreme Pro Stock, also known as Mountain Motor Pro Stock on the other side of the fence. Dwayne Rice over Dylan Voss. Pro 632, John. I'm going to go with Meinik over Amber Franklin. Pro Street, Tim Essek over Bill Riddle. Pro Nitrous Bike. Can you imagine racing a bike on spray?
No.
I can't imagine. It's bad, hard enough. Imagine going 150 miles an hour with your ass in the wind like that on a bike.
Nope.
Or faster.
Nope.
I remember when I had my snowmobile, when it was like going 75 on the
Yeah,
wide
right.
open lake.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had a
good.
couple of Harleys that had a top speed of about 50. That's fast enough for me.
Peeked my head over the windshield of my snowmobile one time. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm staying down here.
Yeah, right.
Again, Pro Nitrous Bike, Braden Davis over Michelle Asbar. Elite Top Sportsman. I think it's cool. They divide elite top sportsman and regular top sportsman. So essentially it turns into like an all. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I don't know why that's doing it. Look at that.
Look at that.
Here I
Disappearing
come.
Pete.
Hey.
Dun, 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 dun. So essentially it turns into like an all-run field, which is really cool. Elite top sportsman, Henry Underwood over Brian LaFlamme. Top sportsman, Zachary House over Mark Reese. Elite top dragster, Steve Furr over Larry Roberts. Regular top dragster, which again, it's pretty cool. It comes like an all-run field, essentially.
Yeah.
Justin Fordyce over Jimmy Albertson. Pro Junior, Braden Davis over Danica Miles. Top junior dragster, Mackenzie Hogan over Wyatt Stanley. Bracket bash, Michael Morton over Richard Payne. Now, it wasn't 500 cars.
Don't start stirring the pot, Chris. That's my
I'm
job.
not Brian or Byron, whoever it was. We're just having fun at your expense. 337 cars is what I came up with for the PDRA, right?
And this race was at Galat?
You would ask me that, wouldn't you?
Some vital information there. I will say PDRA sure does seem like they have a class for just about everybody, don't they?
Oh, but I forgot one. I'm sorry. And they added bracket bash.
I see that. Yeah, that's what made me say that. It's like, man, if you can't fit in somewhere there and then you announce bracket bash, I'm like, man, you could really fit in now.
Yeah, I think, or maybe I did say it. But anyways, bracket bash, Michael Morton over Richard Payne. Yeah,
Yep.
so that's pretty cool. They
Oh,
expanded.
Richard Payne.
Is that House of Payne?
House of Payne starters and alternators. That's Richard is the father.
Oh, okay.
Just about
what do
one
we
of the
got?
nicest friggin' people I've ever met in my life. The whole family is like out of control nice.
$13 classes.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty impressive. Yeah, now you got I did everything but look where the actual race
I
was.
know. You're gonna tell us where it was? Someone in
I
the
know.
comments is gonna comment before you figure
Oh,
it out.
probably. And you know what? That's okay. It's been a rough day. Let's see. Hey, can't be perfect all the time, and God knows we are not.
Yeah, amen. to
Come
that.
on, work with me. Come on.
I think it was Galat, because didn't the guest just say that?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was at Galat.
See that?
The event number 1 of 8 of the East Coast Nationals, presented by Fuel Tech, Galat Motorsports Park in Benson, North Carolina. Did I ever tell you what Galat stands for?
Yes. Every time you mention the word Galat, you say
I do? Okay, good. I just want to make sure you're clear on that.
that. Oh, and guess what I just got?
An email. Oh, an email?
I got two of them back to back.
Yep. There you go. See, I told you.
I'm,
You know,
I'm not going to
state
read it.
of
I'm just gonna
Connecticut,
sit
you
there
can
and let
send
you
somebody to
peruse
the moon, but you can't get a friggin' email.
it.
Ay.
So what's next? Pomona
Pomona.
or the WWE,
Let's
whatever
see.
you want to
Now,
call it.
did you know? Did you get to watch any of it?
Nothing.
No, I didn't either. I
I
just was
think
looking
I
at it.
watched half an hour of Saturday qualifying. That's about it.
Right. They had Nostalgia Funny Car there,
Oh, really?
which was pretty cool. Yeah, Corey Mack over Tim Boychuk in the Legends Nostalgia Funny Car, presented by Modern Warriors,
Corey Mack. Wow. When was the last time you heard that name?
late '90s.
That's been a while.
Yep. Let's see. Let's go with the pros. We'll get that out of the way and done and over with. Top Fuel, Justin Ashley over Austin Prock. And if I remember, my brain is actually kind of working. That's 2 in a row for Justin Ashley, I think.
That's 2 in a row. And I did hear that him and Proc met in the final twice and they're 1-1.
Funny car, Matt Hagan over Ron Capps. Now, Ron Capps got accepted an invitation to the Tony Stewart circle track racing thing, the SRX, I think it's called,
Yep.
at Eldora.
Now, Tony Stewart owns Hagen's car,
And of
but
course,
Ron
his wife's
Capps
car.
is Ron Capps is a independent, right?
I believe he is. Yeah, he's a car owner and driver. Let's see. Pro stock. First off, obviously, we got to say that somebody made it past round 1 in the 3rd race of the year.
Oh, hallelujah. Good. She's had a tough start. Poor girl.
Let's see. Pro stock. Dallas Glenn defeated Matt Hartford. Top alcohol dragster. Joey Severance defeated Sean Cowie. Top alcohol funny car. Doug Gordon, who's also, I think, won both national events that he's entered as well. Defeated Shane Westerfield. Comp eliminator Andrew Moek defeated Scott McClay. Door car versus dragster final in comp eliminator. So
Wow.
Anthony Bertozzi with the double up. The first one, super stock, defeated Len Schneider. He drives, of course, the car that I like to call Old Faithful, that Pontiac Grand Am.
Yep.
And I also have a stat on that from the man, the myth, the legend, our buddy Billy. Kyle Rizzoli in stock eliminator defeated Brian McClanahan. Super comp. There you go, Pete. I'll throw some numbers at you. The winning car, 892 with an 8, 172 miles an hour. Jessica Bagacki. Recognize that last name.
Is relation?
Daughter, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
I believe it is.
Boy, some things are just in the genes, aren't they?
Yep. She defeated Logan Ward in his dragster 892. Oh, actually, check this out. Jessica 892 with an 8, and Logan with the runner-up 892 with an 8. Jessica's speed 172.45 miles an hour, and Logan's was 172.01 miles an hour. Tight ass race right there.
Yeah. Does it say how many feet or probably inches in that case?
No, I don't have that one.
Gotcha. It was tight.
It's in your email.
Oh, okay, good. Good place for it.
Super gas, Marco Paravolis defeated Val Torres in super gas. Top sportsman Chris Newman defeated Lance Abbott. Top dragster, again with the double up, Anthony Bertozzi defeated Andy Spiegel. for top dragster, double up glory. Now, let me see
it's
if I
funny.
can find.
Anthony
Go ahead.
Bertozzi is one of those guys that like you don't hear anything about him for a while, and then all of a sudden he just like, oh, look who's entered in this race, and he doubles up.
You know, it'd be fun. I know, obviously, it never happened. If he was able to enter in every class,
Yeah, I know,
and
right?
just and like for the hell of it, just to see what would happen.
I
mean,
think NHRA actually limits you to 2.
all right,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a rule. Yeah, it has to be because if it was 3, Rich Prizer would have 3 cars. So it's got to be 2.
we can call it the prizer rule, right?
That's right.
All right, hey, bear with me for 1 minute. Like I said, I want to find this stat because it's a pretty cool stat that Billy found for me.
Song from Jeopardy going.
Ding 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 ding. I'll go back a little. I should come on. I know it's there. I know it's there. I just gotta find it. Dun, dun.
Do we have a trivia question tonight?
Next week is trivia week.
Gotcha.
Somebody's not gonna be here.
No, I am
No.
not.
They're dead.
I'm going to be living my best life down south.
I tell everybody about the different who's never been to Florida or actually notices these lane things like you and I noticed and talked about the grass.
Yeah. It's rough.
I'm gonna go just a little bit more than I'm gonna give up. But I believe I can't find it. It was 2013 was the last time I think the stat was when Bertozzi doubled up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is he's definitely a talented dude, that's for sure. That is for sure.
That is faux show. So
Getting the book open.
get the book open, you know. All right, so like I said, our guest tonight was North Carolina bracket racing page master Lorenzo Martin. Joining us next week, I'll be by myself. Hint, hint. Somebody wants to come on and hang out and talk more bracket racing. That'd be cool with me. Oh, actually, you can go over the west coast of Florida and do a live interview.
Actually, if I'm divulging everything that I'm going to be doing,
Uh-oh.
my wife for my 50th got me a 2-night stay at some swanky place in St. Pete.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you're going to stay at like Disney World. Probably the one hotel that I want to stay at.
No, have no fear. No one will ever get me a present that involves Disney World. That's for sure. But yeah, so we're literally going to be on the West Coast for
Cool.
3 days and 2 nights hanging out there.
But Capri Wesley is going to be on the show next week. Young lady from the great state of Florida. We'll be talking to her again, talking more bracket racing stuff. Bracket racing is cool. Like you said, it seems in the past 5 or so years, it's kind of gone through a rebirth.
Yeah, I mean it's NHRA racing has, in my opinion, stayed the same. It's definitely a form of racing that some people love, some people don't. The downside to it is it requires a lot of time. If you want to be anywhere in any pit area that doesn't involve a different zip code, you have to get there midday on Thursday would be about the latest. So, you're taking a pretty good chunk of time off on Thursday, you're taking off Friday. And if you're lucky enough to go some rounds and either make it to the show on Sunday or, run deep into Sunday,
Right.
you're going to be a zombie on Monday. So that it requires a boatload of time.
Now,
Um,
even though you're only like 3-4 hours away from New England, when you come up for the national event, do you come up and sit on Wednesday night and stacking, or do you roll in like late Wednesday night, early Thursday
So
morning?
this
What's the
this
line
will
it's
be
going?
another thing that someone could correct me on, but I believe that Epping is only a 3-day national event, which would mean Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I don't. When it was a 4-day event, I would try and get there on Wednesday, park, and then we would go in on Thursday. Am I right in saying that, or would I leave Tuesday? God, I don't even remember. It's been so long. But I'm pretty sure, like, if I get in, which I doubt I will this year, it'll probably be a leave Wednesday night, get there, stack, get in Thursday, set up, and then race Friday, Saturday, hopefully Sunday. But it's a lot of time, and you get the people that complain about a ridiculous amount of money for very little monetary reward, if that's what you're going for. These bracket races not only have the programs built themselves up, I shouldn't say themselves, obviously the promoters have a lot to do with it, but you're for probably a third of the money, you're running for probably more money, and it's a 1-day event. And then you have all the big races like the Stein race or the Dusen race, the triple tens or the Dave Stein .90 that Rob puts on. And again, it's for, it's a little more money than a typical NHRA event, but the amount of money that you're running for, it's like, and when I say a little more money, I mean a little more money to run 3 races, not just one. If
Right.
you wanted to go to an event like these and only run 1 day or 2, you could do that also. But it's given the people, especially when fuel prices are what they are and inflation is what it is. I think people are looking for a lot more bang for their buck now, and they're getting that with bracket racing and the big money bracket racing.
Right. And like we've talked about over the past couple of years, obviously Lebanon Valley really now with the triple 10Ks, and actually that's technically a 4-day race now because they have that event on Thursday night.
Correct.
You have the 10,000 on Friday, 10,000 on Saturday, 10,000 on Sunday, which we will be streaming some of that, by the way.
Awesome.
And so you have I don't remember what the payout was for Thursday, but it's nothing to sneeze at.
No, I mean, if you now, I don't know the particulars, and I hope I'm not going to say the wrong thing, but let's take the Dusen race for example. All right, if you go there and you get in every single thing you could possibly get into, the high rollers, the low rollers, the triple tens, even if you have to do buybacks and stuff like that, I would think worst case scenario is probably going to be $1,000 to enter. But think about how much money you're running for, right? For that $1,000, and if you don't have to do any buybacks, you might be down to like 800. And if you don't do the high roller or the low roller, now, I mean, even if you just go there for the triple tens, again, I don't know what the dollar amount is, but I'm going to guess 400 or 500, somewhere around there. You're racing for $30,000.
Right.
And you could have the ability to do so much racing in a 4-day period. Like you literally could pull the motor out and have to freshen it up after running it like crazy. Now you take $400 and you go to a national event, And that's if you don't have any crew or anybody with you, right? And you're racing for maybe $2,000 and you're burning up the same amount of time. And you'll be lucky if you win the show. You'll be lucky if you put 8 passes on your car for the whole weekend.
Right.
So again, some people like the slower pace. Some people like running their car up and down the track 2 or 3 times a day and then hanging out and grilling and BSing with all the friends and everyone. It's the beauty of drag racing, and I've always said this from day one, is no matter what form of drag racing you like, there's something for everyone. If you like the earth movers, right, you got Top Fuel. If you love fast door cars, you got Pro Mod, Pro Stock. If you love bracket racing, if you love .90 racing, stock, super stock, comp, high dollar bracket racing. I mean, you could literally go. That's what makes me crazy about people that will bash a certain part of drag racing. There are so many options for so many people that if there's one particular thing that you don't like, don't go to it. Right?
Right, there's
If
enough
the
stuff out
national
there.
event isn't your gig, go to a divisional. If the NHRA racing isn't your gig, go bracket racing. I mean, there's so many things that you could do, right? Support Rob's series or the .90 series up at Lebanon Valley. There's literally so many different things that you could do that I don't understand why people would waste the air of bashing one part of it. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Bear with me again. All right, so let me see. Let me find it. Let me find it. So in July, the 15th at New England Dragway is the New England Dragway Summer Bucks.
Okay.
Don't ask me the exact prize money because I don't want to give out the wrong number. Jump forward to August. You have the ADCO Divisional, the 4th, 5th, and 6th. And then 2 weeks later, the 18th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th, you have the Triple Tens at the Valley.
Yep.
Which I still say is the biggest diamond in the rough track going. I really do.
You know, it's Lebanon Valley is one of those places where people either love it or they hate it. And whenever they say they hate it, they really can't come up with a good reason why. It's probably just because they don't have a winning record there.
Right.
I'm at the point where I don't have a winning record anywhere I go, so I just like the track. I'm equal.
I'm just happy to
opportunity,
pull
it
into a
doesn't
track.
matter. Yeah, who cares? But yeah, I mean, listen, Lebanon Valley will always be my home track, and I'll always be proud to admit it. So, whoever
Yeah, and
doesn't
then-
like it, it's
Yeah.
too bad.
The weekend after the triples is the divisional at New England.
Yep.
All right, so there's another $10,000 race in September, first, second, third at New England,
Mhm.
and then I mean I may be missing something, but then you fast forward to the end of September, you have the Virginia divisional, and then that wraps up the season for the divisional stuff up
Right.
here.
Right.
So there's plenty of stuff for everybody. And, you know, like we've talked to Wayne and we've talked to people in general and just you and I, we may be biased, but Lebanon Valley has probably the strongest bracket program in the Northeast.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Again, I'm not a weekly bracket racer, but from what I've heard and what I've seen, because when we do the Super Street Series up there, we're always with bracket racers, and I got to tell you that I'd be hard pressed to see another track rival their bracket program. I'd be curious as to we got to do a little bit of research on Atco's bracket program or Maple Grove or Epping's bracket program, just out of curiosity to see like the typical car count and how strong it is compared to Lebanon Valley. Because I got to tell you, They have one hell of a bracket program going on up there. It's pretty impressive.
I will see what I can come up with, and I'll have that for when you come back from vacation.
Yeah, just listen. Not saying that one is any better than the other. Not trying to put down any other track's program. I mean, obviously, I'm going to be biased because it's my home track, but it's just not so much that other tracks are lesser. It's just super impressive as to what they're doing up there.
Right. Just that way we actually have numbers to back up what's falling out of that hole in our face.
Right.
One more clarification. That was Luke's wife.
What was Luke's wife?
Luke the
Bagacki.
Yeah.
All right. Very impressive.
Thank you, Rob. I try to know as much as I can, but I damn sure don't know everything.
Amen.
Let's see what else before we call. Maple Grove is now officially the House of Chaos.
Which is cool.
Yep.
I think that's a pretty cool name.
It is. It is. It's very cool. Let's see what else. They haven't wasted any time starting to knock down stuff at Houston Raceway. Did you see that?
I saw that. That's so defeating, isn't it?
It is.
So
Well,
quick little Florida story. Literally 10 minutes. Yeah, we can't see that.
It won't come up. Okay.
It did block you for a minute though, so it looked pretty good. Quick little Florida story about 10 minutes away from where we are down there. Used to be a place called Lakeland Dragway. And it is now, I believe, an Amazon packaging facility. And Geron had posted, I think the beginning of this year, something about they kind of retain the name as far as like it's like Dragway Shopping Plaza or something goofy like that. It's just kind of you drive by it and you know what it used to be. And I mean, when I tell you the place was excuse my language, it was a shithole. But it's just another track that's gone, you know. And it's tough to see. I mean, they literally, I don't think the pavement was cooled off yet at Houston. And they're taking down signs and stuff. And when you see the racer interviews, and they're talking about how, I've been coming here for 40 years and this is my last trip down the track, and it's pretty depressing. It sucks.
It is. Yep.
But like Brett, I believe it was Brett Kepner said that, at this point right now, there are more operating drag strips in this country than there's ever been. So while we focus on losing a track here and losing a track there, the reality of it is there's still quite a bit of places to race.
There's still a few that are popping back up.
Yep, there are.
All right, before we get out of here, I did buy a raffle spot for the Stein race for an entry, and if my number wins, I will give it to somebody who doesn't have an entry who actually wants to go.
And I have an entry because I won the first raffle, and I am giving my ticket to nobody. I'm keeping it for me.
He's actually going to go.
I am actually
even if his motor dies again, he's gonna push his car down the track just so he can say he did it.
If my junk is running and I'm at all able to go, I am absolutely going. That, and I'm looking forward because I haven't been to Maple Grove in a year or two. And just in the short time that the Koretsky's have owned it, I've heard they've made a ton of upgrades. So I've always been a fan of Maple Grove, so I'm looking forward to seeing it with all the improvements that are going on.
I can legitimately say it's probably been 40 years since I've been there.
Wow.
Yep.
Just think, I was only 10 the last time you went there.
My early double digits, my early entry into the double digits.
Wow.
So like I said, if I happen to win, I will figure out a way to donate my entry to whoever wants it. So that pretty much is it. We've beaten things up. We've smacked them around. We've slapped them upside the head. And I will be back, like I said, next week. I'm gonna
I
try
will
and
be
find
with-
somebody to come on and hang out with me.
I'll be with you in spirit.
Like I said, Capri Wesley's going to be our guest next Tuesday night, the 11th. On the 18th, we're going to have Dino Lawrence. We're going to start getting ready for some of the nostalgia stuff going on at, again, Lebanon Valley. Ali Pettit from Duzen LLC High Performance Accessories is going to be joining us on the 25th. So that's a day you'll be here.
Yep.
She actually machined a part for my little electric buzz around so I could tow my suitcase into the hotel. And she's going to we're going to do some product spotlights.
Nice.
We gotta come up with a cool name for it, like cruising with Allie or something like that. I don't know, because she has cruising with Duzen. I gotta come up with something different.
Sure.
I'll figure something out.
Yeah, you'll handle it.
I always do, because I got to do it. So again, that is it. I believe there is another national event on the agenda for this coming weekend. Las Vegas, actually. No, not Las Vegas. The Millions is out there.
I think they have a week off.
You would think I'd actually be prepared, but I'm not. Sometimes I am. So I just typed NHRA coma.
Good.
Feels that way sometimes. See, just schedule. Event info. Actually, you know what? I need to hold on. Sorry, I'm a chucklehead. NHRA. I know you're trying to get to sleep, Pete. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to watch the Street Outlaws that I fell asleep through last night, but haven't DVR'd.
There we go. Oops.
Good God, I could have called up Pomona.
Just stop your whining. Yeah, so it is Vegas. The four wide nationals on the 14th of April. So actually, before you get out of here, let's see what the entry list looks like. If we see any names we might know. There. Click on that. All right, so there are 15 top fuel dragsters, 17 fuel funny cars.
Yep.
17 pro stocks, 16 top alcohol dragsters, 10 top alcohol funny cars, which makes you feel a little bit better. I was getting a little nervous thinking the top alcohol funny car was suffering a little bit, but
Yeah,
10 double digits makes you feel better.
right.
Comp eliminator, 3 cars, but that doesn't matter. That'll fill up, or well, maybe not fill up. There'll be a lot more cars because it's out west, and it seems to be like one of the hotter spots for a comp.
Right.
Way out west, and then right here on the East Coast. Super stock, 57 entries on a 75 quota. Stock eliminator, 76 on a 75 call. Super comp, 75 and 75. Super gas, 77 entries on a 75 quota. And top dragster, 38 entries on a 36 quota. So the
Wow.
quota total is 336 cars, and the total entries is 401.
Yeah, buddy.
As much as I might be that guy sometimes, racing is dead. I beg to differ.
It sure isn't.
No, I mean, if 2020 hadn't found its way out the door, then yeah, okay, we might be talking about CPR. But
Right. And let's face it, overhead and inflation has never been as high as it is right now. And the stands are still packed. and the quotas are still being met. So
And if anybody can attest to the inflation side of it, you can owning a business. So
yeah, I mean, it's, I'm not going to get political and say who to blame it on, but it's the fact is, whoever you want to blame it on, it's happening. You could debate about why, but what you can't debate about is what comes out of the bank account every month. So
Yep.
it's my electricity bill at my shop. By the way, I've never been so friggin' happy that I've had solar at my house in my life. But my electricity bill at my shop in 1 year's time, using the same kilowatt hours, went from 285 to 6 and change.
yeah, our electricity in our house, I mean, our house is small, it's 1,000 square feet.
Yep.
Our electricity, about 2.5 times what it was last year.
Yeah. I'm a little over double.
Yep.
And it's like I have a secretary in the office that keeps a heater on, an electric heater and this and that. And I'm like, Jesus, you're killing us with this stuff. And then I look at the bill and it's like, well, wait a minute, we're using the same kilowatt hours as we were last year at this time. So it's not anything in particular. It's just the rate hikes it's just insane.
Ridiculous.
It's
Yep.
insane. But
So, well, alrighty then. Like I said, we will be back next Tuesday night, for the same bat time, same bat channel. Or I will, anyways. Somebody
You
will
will.
be down for Sunday and enjoy himself for a week.
what happened?
Nothing. I'm just talking trash about you quietly.
Oh, cool. Do I need to log on to see what the comments are?
I don't know. Let's do a quick comment check before we.
Who are you talking trash to me about?
I'm to you. I'm directly to you. Where the
Oh,
hell are you
oh.
at?
Oh, that's no fun.
Oh, D Pascal's floating around out there. That's always colorful.
Oh, goody. The guy who stood us up.
Yeah, that's right. The guy who stood us up because he was busy. I mean, I gotta give him that. Rob said he's going to be a part of the band. Of course, we both just looking now. I have no idea what he means by that, but that's okay. Pete, have a great vacation, and
Thank you,
I'll try
sir.
not to bother you while you're sunning and tanning and mowing your grounds. Right, you don't have to mow your grass.
Nope. That's what HOA fees are for, baby.
Yeah, and remodeling your house.
Nope, not doing that.
Oh, you
either.
got it all. It's all done.
No, we just decided that we're gonna go, and instead of working, we're just gonna go enjoy ourselves. I think I have one outdoor table to put together, and that's it.
Remember, do you have a pool?
No, the association does. I don't personally.
Oh, okay. Well, have a great time, and I'll try not to bug you. Tell your lovely wife thank you for everything.
No worries. You send me a message when I can respond. I'll respond. No problem.
And I will forward the shop address to our new friend.
Perfect.
All right, Pete. Have a great night. Everybody else, thank you for tuning in and checking us out. Next
Have a
Tuesday
good one,
night,
buddy.
7 o'clock. See ya.
See ya.
See ya. Have a great night, everybody. Stay safe.